I went on to work on the summer project. That was a feature film that one of the teachers, Paul, wanted to shoot. And he hired me to be in the production team. And I was in the production team doing like pre-production for the coming weeks of shooting, and then we did some reshoots on that project later in the year. And I worked a little bit as a production manager on a few shorts and another feature that I was doing, working with another film school on Fyn, which is called 18 Frames. So I did their halfway project and their final project. And then I got contacts up and running, and one of the actors on one of the projects mentioned that he knew this director that was making a feature film, and he didn't have a lot of experience in the industry and was looking for a producer that could help him out. So I met with him and we talked and had a meeting, and I read the script and I started doing this film, Natsværmer. And I've made another short film that's just went into post-production just now. Yeah. Pre-production was very short for my part. Well, maybe 2 months, but that's still not that long for a feature film. We knew that the project was gonna have to be privately funded, so we kind of made the budget from what we had at the time, and then we got a few more donors that wanted to help out, investors, and then we started making deals with people to see if there was something we could get for free or get off in some way. So we managed to get a deal in with a catering company in Copenhagen, where half of the shoot we were shooting in Copenhagen, so that we could eat for free. Like what we traded with that was publicity for this catering company, and we were doing a lot of social media marketing for them by Instagramming that we were eating on their dime. And we were making deals with local supermarkets, and we made sure that the places that we were going to film was going to be places that we already had access to. So the location that was written into the script was a summer house that we already had access to. That was the director's family's house. And we did a lot of shooting outside, where you can do a lot without much permission. And we, of course, had castings where we found actors that were willing to take a chance on us and that we felt could bring something to the movie. And of course, some of the problems that not having a lot of money to shoot a long project with is that the crew that comes in can only come in for as long as they are able. So we had a few A teams that, like the cameraman and the B photo and sound, were there almost all the time. We had to switch in sound people a few times, and light we had to switch out a few times, because they came with us with the deal that, okay, I can work for you 4 days for free, but then I have to do paid work so that I can sustain a living. So that could cause some problems with getting a new technician in, doing some of the equipment and not being able to know exactly what we did the day before. So that took some extra time out of the shooting schedule. This great sound guy from Austria, I think, yeah, from Austria, named Jonathan, who lives in Copenhagen. I called him in and he did me a huge favor one day where we really needed a sound guy. And there was one day, like 3 days or something, where I couldn't be on set because of prior commitments and stuff, where I brought in my good friend from ESC as well, named Marcel, who was in my production class at EFC, my creative producing class. And we are planning another project right now together, because we realized that we wanted to continue working together. So I definitely pulled them in for emergencies, but mostly the technicians found each other and stuff. So, well, I'm definitely happy about it, but I'm also super nervous, because I think me and the director Asger, who is 21 right now, and I'm only I turned 24 in a few days, and I think we are both aware that we are very young to be doing this, and I think we know that we're gonna meet some skepticism. So of course we're nervous about the premiere and what the audience will say, and how it will be taken in by the journalists as well that have been contacting us lately. But we're definitely happy. This was definitely the first step on our festival plan, and next up is Berlinale, so we're just hoping to make it in there as well. But yeah, this is definitely the goal that we wanted to reach in Denmark. Yeah. We want to take a year to do festivals, and then we want to see if people want to, streaming services want to buy it. We have a few conversations up and running that will hopefully only get better with the more festivals we get into. So that's the main goal. Yeah, we want to, earn the budget back. Yeah, so. I have the short film. I have a short film coming out, coming into post-production just now, and I am in pre-production with a little commercial job right now, and I'm in pre-production with another big project that is a bit difficult, but I'm trying to see if it will work out. And now that the film is premiering, I will have a lot more time for that. So that is the goals right now. If you advertise a film where the crew is so young, the director is so young, the producer is so young, and we did it with not a lot of money, and we did it very fast, people are going to be interested, because it's a lot of buzzwords that the media is very interested in. But I don't necessarily think that it's a positive thing only, because I think that a lot of people controlling the sources, like the financial sources in the industry, want us to have more experience, because of course they need to put their money into something that they know is gonna hold out, and if you haven't proven that yet, it's gonna be difficult for you to obtain that financial financial aid from them. But I definitely think that the industry will probably get a little bit younger, but that's only because we are getting this access to try so much earlier. But of course the older, if you can call them that, are still like have many more years of experience than you and will probably easier get jobs. So right now I think the indie scene is very young because we need to prove ourselves a lot more in the beginning. But I think technicians are getting younger, I think, where creative types need to be a little bit older, probably. It's about this young photographer, like he's in his late 20s, and he kind of loses his sense of direction and sense of self when his father dies, because he kind of quit school to become this creative photographer and this talented photographer, and he kind of wanted to show his dad that it was all worth it. But sadly the dad dies before he has proven his worth, so he kind of loses the purpose of what he's doing, because he maybe started doing it for the wrong reasons. So now he's in his late 20s, he's been working all his life on this one project because he wants it to be perfect. And his friends and girlfriend around him are getting to be adults and getting to be grown-ups and doing their, adult life, having full-time jobs and trying to start a family, and he's still going around the nightlife, being young and stupid and doing all these like young adult mistakes. So you're kind of following him, like going through this crisis of, this is not where I thought I was gonna be. Should I just give up? Or should I trying to like change what I'm doing, or should I just keep at it? And these people that he meets on this journey of his are very much like reflecting what he's going through. He meets a young girl that doesn't know what she wants to do when she grows up, and so she's talking about quitting school and pursuing passions of hers, but her passions change every day. And we follow his close friends who are trying to start a family and has been trying for a long time, but nothing is really happening. They're not having any luck in that department, so they are getting more and more frustrated with this idea of where they thought they were going to be. So that's really what we want to say with this film, is like, you may not be where you want to be or where you thought you was gonna be, but that is also okay, and there's no like right solution, and you're gonna question yourself all the time. And I think that when we've talked about this film with a lot of people, we meet a lot of people who are like, yeah, when I was getting married I thought it was gonna be this and this, and now I have 2 kids and I'm divorced because it didn't turn out the way. So you have to constantly stop and reevaluate your life and make new decisions and stuff. Yeah. So I think also that was the main character's issue, is not getting to finish this project. He keeps saying it's not finished yet, it's not finished yet. I think that was also a very like motivating part by accident for this film, because we didn't want it to be this unfinished thing. We really wanted to make it. We didn't want to take shortcuts in the quality, but if you don't have enough money to hire the best people, you need to keep searching until you find someone that will help you. and sometimes we found someone and a better solution came along, and we kind of had to readjust what we were doing. But I think even if we've had like 100,000 more, we would still have money difficulties, because then you want to spend money on something more. But money was definitely an issue, and time.